G'day guys, welcome back to another week of building the Soleil rail. As I said last week, we're going to be adding another sail to the bowsprit. This one will go above the one we did last week. We've got a yard that's going to be 104 millimeters long. I've marked the center point of it, that has to stay 4 millimeters, and then we sand it down to 2 millimeters at each end. Just going to be using my drill to taper this down. I actually have a mini drill, a mini lathe, but I haven't had time to practice with it yet. I only received it a week or so ago. I'm just putting tape around the end that will be going into the drill, as I just don't want it to get marked while it's being held in there. And then I'm literally just going to be holding sandpaper around it. This is 80 grit. And then as I'm sanding it, I spend more time on the end and then just occasionally come up towards that center point to try and keep it a nice even taper down towards the end of it. So from this point I'll just speed the video up so we don't take forever to do it. Now I'm just going to stain that yard with a walnut stain, which is what I used on the mast and also on the yard that we did last week. Once I've got this painted, I'll just have to give it a little while to dry, and then we can start attaching the sail to it. Okay, now I just stitch it onto the yard, you will soon see my sewing skills are not great. Tried to follow how the instructions show it, but it's difficult when it's just photos. It'd be a lot easier if you could see somebody doing it, so I'm just doing my best interpretation of it. So each stitch I just line up with each of the line of stitching that's on the sail itself. Okay, next up we're going to add the part we did last week on the sail, which is the bearings and the bearers that go between it. So it's exactly the same. We just take the 0.35mm rope, pull it through to the middle, and then tie a couple of knots. And then just a drop of glue to make sure it doesn't move. Okay, as last week we have these little blocks here with the 4 holes in them. We start off going through the middle 2. So up one side and then back down the other. We're going to have a lot of these to do, so this will probably be the last time I show the whole process. just pull them through till they're about even. And then I just put a little bit of glue there just to hold it. And then we take the ropes we just added to the sail and put them through the outside edge, outside hole I should say. If we can get it to go through. It's a really tight fit getting these through, so I just try to keep a sort of sharp point to the thread just to get it through. And we just pull it up till we have that gap of roughly 1 centimetre, just so we can wrap this around the mast when it's time. And then from this point on, it's going to, well, really, the whole thing's been the same as last week, but I won't do any commentary for the rest of it. We just put in the little bearings, then another of the wooden pieces, and then just do that till we've got 4 of the little wooden blocks on there, and then we'll continue from there. Okay, I've prepared all the blocks that are going onto the sail. I've got 8 in total. They're all single blocks. We need 2 with the 0.35 black thread. They need to be reasonably long because they're going to be hanging about 70 millimeters from the yard. The other 6 we do with the tan 0.15 thread. They're also single blocks. They don't need to be that long. I've just done extra so that it makes it a little bit easier to tie. So I'll actually put one side of the sail on myself and we'll do the other side on video. I'm just trying to speed things up, so because with 10 sails it's going to take a while to do them all. And the process for making these is exactly the same as what we did earlier. So I'll do one side, come back and we'll do the other side together. Okay, I've done this side of the sail. We've got the 70 millimeter block that ties to the outside edge of the yard. We have a single block right next to it. Another one that's about 20 mil in from the center, and then we have one on the corner of the sail. So we'll start off with the longer one. Just tie a knot or make a loop in it, hook it onto the edge of the sail, try and get it the same length as the other one. And then just a drop of glue to hold it there. Okay, next one, as I said, just goes on the inside of the last one we did. Again, I'll just make a loop. Try and get it the same length. Okay, the next one is, as I said, roughly 15 to 20 millimeters inside the center line. Finally, we have that corner to do. So So this one I just hook up to a needle, and then go through the corner. Back through. And make a loop around the block. And then I'll just put one more loop around to tie it off. Okay, so that sail's all ready to go onto the bowsprit, so I'll just bring the ship over and we'll do that. Okay, all your blocks go facing the ship. This part is what's going to be going around the top of the bowsprit there. Hopefully I don't get my hands in the way. Get it up as high as we can. And I'll bring the threads back through. Just trying to see what's going on. I've got the camera right in front of me. I'll just put a little bit of glue where those bearings go around the back of the bowsprit there, just to stop it moving. It's hard to see, but I'm just trying to loop it back on itself. Okay, just a bit of glue there to hold it. Okay. See a bit of a better shot there. So yes, we'll be doing all the rigging, and that'll be curved up a little bit. So yes, next we'll move on to doing the rigging for it. Okay, first thing we're going to do is hook this block to the one up here. So I've just made a loop in the rope. This is the 0.15 tan rope. I'll put a drop of glue there to hold it. And then we're going to bring it down and just put it through this block down here. Oh, dropped it just a moment. And then we'll take that back and up and through that top block. If I can. Now we take that back down behind the can't find the end of the rope. Behind the dead eyes there, there's just a gap between the mast and the platform. Pull that through. What am I caught on? Okay, so it comes down through there, and then we have a block. Hopefully you can see it. There's a block just down here which we need to go through. Pull that through, and then we go, where do we go? We just go over the top and back to the pins back here. Wrong one, there we go. glue that off. Now I'm going to cut it off here, because later on I'm going to add some coils of rope to make it look like they're hanging off there. And then that's the first of that bit of rigging, just hooked onto the top of the sail there. Okay, now we're going to rig up these blocks that are on the tails. The instructions are really vague. It's difficult to make out exactly how it goes, so this is pretty well just a best guess. So what I've done on the other side, I tied off behind that block. I've gone down to this block here, which I've made up and attached to the baling pin. So I've come down through that block, back to this block, and then we're bringing that across now to, oh, can't see it. Now we're going to bring it across to this block over this side. So I'll just put that through, if I can find the end of it. So just get it so it's roughly even on both sides. Now I'm going to be bringing that down to, keep having to move the camera, sorry. So I've got this block down here which is attached to the pins, so I just need to get that through. Just pull that through. And then I'm going to finish it off the same way I started the other side, and I'll just tie it off just behind the block there. Just a second, I've got a bit short in this. So just tighten it up. I'll just put an extra loop around the baling pin like that. Drop of glue back there. And that's those two done. Okay, finally we're going to rig up this block here. We're going to connect it to the block down on the corner. It'll go back up, then down through that gap again, behind that platform, through this block. It's a double block, and then that will be going back to the pins like the other ones. So I've just got a loop. Let's try and get it around the block. Which is easier said than done. That was rather painful to watch, but we got there. As I said, we're just going to run that down to that corner block, go behind the black rope we've got there. Just bring it back up to that block again. I'm not 100% sure how much curve you are supposed to have on the bottom of that sail, so I'll just make it similar to the last one. So yeah, we just put the rope down through that gap again. It's going to be almost impossible to get through this block under here. I had a lot of trouble on the other side, so I'll have to skip filming this because I need to get right in front of it, and then I'll restart once I've pulled it through. Okay, we've got it through that block back there, so we just bring it down to the pin rail here. Like the others, we just continually do figure eights between the top and the bottom of the pin. I'll just put a touch of glue there just to hold it in place. Cut that little excess off, and that's pretty well it for the rigging on this sail. Okay, that completes that sail on the bowsprit there, so we have no more to do on here. Not sure I'm real happy with how much I've got that curving on the corners of the sail. I may loosen that off a little bit once I finish. So I was hoping to get a bit more done, but it's been extremely hot here the last few days and too hot to work in my workshop here. So next week we should be able to attach another yard that doesn't have a sail on it, and then also another sail that sort of runs lengthwise on the mizzen mast. So thanks for joining me, and hope to see you next week. Cheers.